here. It's important to recognize that this was a blackmail operation. This was not some sort of, well, this guy did some naughty things or some even very terrible things, but that's just what happens. That's the way of the world. That's the way of the rich. There it is. That's not what was going on here. You had a depraved man, very depraved, very intelligent man, we should also say, who was working with intelligence agencies, with other nations, in order to gather information and obtain blackmail on a large part of the American political system. The other important thing is to also recognize that it's not partisan. Now, what the Republicans are going to try to do in the Congress is to try to make this a Republican versus Democrat thing. And I do think there's something to be said about there might be a predominance of Democrats that are currently in the political system that might have had more connections with this sort of thing. However, this is a problem in both parties, as I mentioned with Howard Lutnick and the various people in the Trump administration. It is a bipartisan issue that is affecting both parties, with being manipulated by blackmail, by having connections with this depraved man. The last thing I want to mention is that there is a spiritual component that's very strange. Jeffrey Epstein throughout does have, in his correspondences that I read, has a racialist and also spiritual perspective about why he was doing all of this. He had a clear understanding that the Jewish people were superior to the other races, which he refers to as goyim, which is a derogatory term for non-Jews. He refers to them that throughout. He speaks about how the Jewish race is spiritually structured differently in order to make them smarter, better people, and that he looks down on everyone else. But he does have that spiritual component that seemed to be strangely driving some of what he was doing, or at least that was the excuse that he was making to himself. So, what's the final takeaway we can say is.
Hey there, thanks for watching. If you want to see the full video, you're going to have to go to pelicanplus.com and sign up for our groundbreaking, truly Catholic platform. You can find your favorite podcasts. You can find your favorite prayers. You can find your favorite authors and even your favorite books. Visit pelicanplus.com and find out more.